the country with the highest standard of living. $40,000 per month. Fairy tale or reality? If a person is lucky enough to be born in this country of eternal summer, where there are no rivers and lakes, then they may, living in full prosperity, not work a day in their life. However, there are also quite tough concepts in it about personal responsibility for drinking alcohol and adultery. The offender will be liable to flogging. The story about this country today looks more like a fairy tale than reality. The average annual income of a Qatari citizen is more than €230,000. The average salary for Qatari citizens is $20,000 a month, but since most Qataris are employed in public service or in leading positions in foreign companies, their salaries almost often start at $40,000 a month. There is no taxation for citizens. For comparison, the average salary, after taxes, of Swiss citizens is $4,600, in the US, $2,900. When a child is born at Qatari citizens, it is registered a bank account on which about $20,000 are deposited, and by their 26th birthday, thanks to the wise investment policy of the Emir, the amount rises to $1 million or several $1 million. Only a grown-up child themselves can use this money upon reaching the age of 26. And until the age of 26 they are paid an additional allowance. A foreigner cannot buy land and real estate in the state of Qatar, with the exception of Pearl Island, but it is provided to citizens almost free of charge. For a wedding, newlyweds are given a plot of land sufficient for the construction of several houses. The government is pursuing a Qatarization policy in which the state encourages working Qataris. The native citizen of Qatar is wealthy enough to never work at all. Citizens who decide to get a job receive additional bonuses. Their salaries grow every month and almost double in 2 years. As we already mentioned, there is no taxation for local people in the country, and according to the Qatarization program, any foreign company that wants to work in Qatar must have at least half of Qataris in leadership positions. It is almost impossible to fire a Qatari, and of course they have the right to work part-time. Loans in Qatar for citizens, as you might have guessed, are interest-free. On New Year's Eve, the Emir is in the habit of giving gifts to his subjects, paying off their debts. Utilities in the country, water, electricity, are free for locals. Education is encouraged by the Emir. Education is not only free in the country, but also in the case of a Qatari's decision to get an education abroad. All conditions are created for them to get it comfortably. A student is paid for a separate housing. They are additionally paid a scholarship of $2,000 a month, and twice a year they or their relatives have the opportunity of free flights in order to see their relatives. If a Qatari citizen has a need to receive medical services outside the country, the Emir pays all costs associated with this. This includes the flight and treatment of the patient, and even the payment of the expenses of the relatives accompanying the patient. All medicines in the country are also free. Food prices are quite low, although they have to be imported. They are also subsidized by the state. Gasoline is sold for the price of water. The minimum pension if a person did not work is $3,000. Qatar is, by the way, also the safest country in the world. Women in Qatar also have the right to work, and if the wife works, then the husband is prohibited by law from asking about his wife's salary, and a working husband should transfer to his wife most of his earnings. These laws are based on the remaining patriarchal order in which a woman must run a household, and a husband must raise children with his wife, must support his family, be a moral, spiritual and physical support for his family, be a man. All the houses of the Qataris are divided into 2 parts, male and female, and the guests come according to their gender. Even foreign tourists with an unregistered marriage will not be accommodated in hotels together. Men and women who have committed adultery are sentenced under the laws of the country to flogging from 40 to 100 lashes. We repeat once again that the story about this country today is more like a fairy tale than reality. How did it manage to achieve such a remarkable level of well-being for its citizens? What are your thoughts? Please write your guesses in the comments, and please subscribe to the channel. There are many interesting things ahead. Thank you.